guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another episode of On Wednesdays We Wear Orange. Except for him. He's got a little bit of like
Salmon?
red orange on, but
Salmonish.
we'll get there eventually. We'll get him a shirt eventually. But today's episode is not one that I had previously mentioned because I said we're going to do some cool ones. We're going to do like the prison economy, and we're going to do about fishing and like passing kites and stuff like that. But today I am sick. I am super sick, and I want to do... What was that face?
Super sick.
When he's super sick, he's like in bed
I'm a
crying.
huge baby about being sick. I just shouldn't give you a hard time. I'm sorry.
I didn't want to miss an episode of On Wednesdays We Wear Orange, so like a trooper, I'm pushing through it. And because of this, I wanted to talk about what it's like to be sick in jail, because you gotta be a fucking trooper and push through it there too. So, yeah. Before we get into this video, click subscribe, like this video, share it with people you know. Come join our weekly videos for this. I do live streams every Thursday, which is really fun. This Thursday is my birthday, yay! Last Thursday was his, so thanks for everyone who came. But
and thank you for all the birthday wishes. I appreciate it a lot.
yeah, and it didn't make him feel weird or uncomfortable. He did a great job, so I'm proud.
Not at all.
So yeah, come this Thursday the 18th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and yeah, let's get into this video. Okay, so, sick in jail. I mean, obviously, like, I detoxed, you detoxed in jail, but...
I detoxed in jail several times, but that's not necessarily the sick that...
That's not the sick I'm talking about, because that's, like, self-inflicted. You know, when you go to jail and you detox, like, you know what to expect. You know it's coming, but...
It's actually, I would argue that detoxing in jail is easier than detoxing on the street, simply because of lack of access.
For sure. Knowing that you can't get out to get it, you can't just like call your buddy and go pick it up. It's not like you don't have money or you don't have a ride. Like, you literally can't get it. But the crazy thing is, I had lots of dreams when I first got to jail that I was getting high. Like, I'd wake up and be in a panic and be like, oh my god, I fucked up, I used, oh my god, oh wait, I'm still in jail.
I think that's a common occurrence. I'm pretty sure I had similar experiences.
Yeah.
Drug dreams suck, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I don't really get them. So, like today, I have a cold. It's just a normal cold. It, kind of started in my chest a little. Now it's going to go into my nose. And, like, it's not in my chest. It's been in, like, my throat. Regardless, every time I get sick, I feel like I'm dope sick. Like, feel terrible. And I'm, like, convinced that there is something out there that I'm just going to be able to take it and make it all go away. But it doesn't work like that. Dayquil doesn't work like that. Suboxone doesn't work like that. Dope's not going to do anything for me. Like, it's just, I'm sick. But being dope sick and having a cold or the flu are very, very similar. So it's a big trigger, honestly.
Well, and being on Suboxone, it's like, maybe I just didn't take my Suboxone.
Maybe I didn't take enough. Maybe I should just take like 2 milligrams more. Yeah, it's definitely a battle. And I noticed that when I went to work, I felt really terrible, but as soon as I came home today, I felt better. Like, I don't feel great, but I feel better.
Space.
Exactly. So when you're in jail or prison, you don't get a safe space. Like, you constantly feel like you are in somebody else's home or you're at work sick, and it sucks. So I had a couple experiences. Like, I didn't have as long of a window of time to get sick, so I know you said you had a really big one.
Yeah, when I was upstate, I ended up getting, like, there was a flu that went around, and, like, everybody got it, and I was no exception, and I had been working out every day up until then. Like, I was at, like, 135 pounds, and after this flu, I was down to, like, 125.
I really wish.
I was very, very, very ill, and it was, like, a week long of being just in my bed, miserable, like, just snotting. It was, and the air is stuffy. It's never like a comfortable temperature. You have to walk to chow. Like, it sucks.
Yeah, you gotta keep in mind that, like, jails are like an enclosed.
It's all recirculated
city.
air.
Yeah, it's not like you're getting fresh air. The windows aren't open. Sometimes, I mean, like in the southern states, I've heard like Christina Randall say that the prisons in Florida open their windows because they didn't have AC, but in up here, it's just like everything's closed, you know, so like all those germs and like the mops that they use are being used by every freaking dorm, and they're just like moving germs around.
Sanitation is an issue in any prison, but
and cleaning chemicals, like they don't have anything that actually genuinely cleans the. I never felt like that place was clean ever.
There are times where like people who are trained to use the cleaners come out and use the cleaners, but beyond that, like, people don't wash their hands like they should,
and people are assholes.
When you're in prison, you shake hands constantly, or dab people up, you're constantly touching other people's hands, and it's like.
See, it wasn't really like that for the girls in gym. That makes sense for the guys. I get that.
Yeah, people like
saying, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah, it's just kind of.
Yeah, and I feel like there's always those assholes too that are just like don't give a shit if they're sick, and they will sneeze and cough and be gross and nasty AF, and you're just like.
Well, and like going to work, if you miss a day of work in jail, like you can get a write-up for that, and they don't really necessarily care if you're sick. And upstate, when you put in a med slip, I feel like, I know if you have money on your books, they charge you some amount of money to go to medical. It's something fairly insignificant.
I think you told me once it was like 5 or 10 or 15 or something.
That's a haircut. A haircut in the county was $13.
Okay.
That's why I went upstate with very long hair.
Yeah.
But I lost my train of thought now.
Maybe somebody else said it was $5.
If you have money on your books, you have to pay for medical. So it's like you either miss work and put in a medical slip and go to medical and pay your money, or you go to work sick, which, like, okay, well, if you work in the kitchen, now you're getting everyone else sick.
Yuck.
Like, it's like same. Well, that's same on the streets. Like, there's a lot of jobs that won't let you call out of work.
Yeah, definitely working in food service, we felt that one a lot. And it's like, I know that I shouldn't be handling this money and talking to these customers and like making their food, but here I am. And we just don't treat sickness like we should anyway. Like, especially in like the food service industry, just don't even get me started. I could make a whole freaking series about fast casual food.
Yeah.
AKA
then you'll never want to eat again.
Yeah. I could expose Panera. I love Panera. I worked there for how long? I hated a lot of aspects of it, but I still eat it all the time. Love that shit. But when I was sick on work release, like, I remember how much it sucked because I couldn't call out of work either. It's like if I called out of work, I had to be like deathly sick. And they told me that the process of calling out, like, I could risk losing my job for calling out.
It's one of the reasons.
Jail, not even with my job.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons that, like, people that work on, or that employers like people on work releases, that they are almost guaranteed to show up every day.
Yeah, there was no way I was missing a shift.
Yeah.
And I remember I had to call in once, or put a slip in for medical when I was still back in general population, and it took a day or two for it to get, which isn't, I don't think that's bad compared to like how bad I've heard other people have had to wait.
Most of the time when you put in a slip to medical, you are better before they get you down there, unless it's like
yeah, that's actually what happened for me. I ended up not needing anything, and I think all I needed at the time was something. I probably could have got by with like Tylenol or ibuprofen, but I was still like freshly in there, and I didn't have anything off of the commissary yet. I don't even know if like Tylenol or ibuprofen was offered because I only got to place one order, and my whole order was food because I was starving the first time. But
you definitely can, but like you could also drop a medical slip and get like a blister pack.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of one of the reasons that they charge for medical, because most of the time they will give you like a blister pack.
So if you don't have money on your books, do they just give you like
It's just free.
I didn't know if they had like a debt that you had to pay or something.
Well, most people in prison, like, if you have to have a job, or you have to have a reason why you don't have a job, and all jobs pay like 19 cents an hour. Like, I think, like, so monthly, if you have like one of the higher paying jobs, like monthly, I think you get like, what is it?
Usually my son freaks out when he hears the siren, so I'm like super surprised that Ramona isn't barking, because she goes crazy because Emerson goes crazy. It's like this whole ordeal in our house. But she's pretty chill right now. She's playing dead. Look, scoot over. Momo.
Alright.
Hi.
You like our new friend back there?
Yeah, we got a new friend. His name is Rababutt.
He's an old friend made new again.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm just happy to not be in jail, period. But like, I'm especially happy when things like this happen, because it sucks. it sucks to feel like you don't have a place where you can feel comfort, and you can't feel comfort there. That's the whole point. And I 100% accept that I did something bad. I deserve to go there. So I'm not saying that I didn't, or they should have given me some sort of special treatment. It's just a disgusting place that sucks. You never feel comfortable. You never feel clean. You never feel safe, honestly.
And the prison system is so overburdened that like it's not medical's fault that they can't get you in right away. It's just kind of like there's so many people, and we need to stop locking so many people up.
Yes.
And then the systems that we have to take care of to handle prisons will function a little bit better.
Yeah, my cousin is actually a prison doctor, was a prison doctor. She's no longer anymore. And she has a lot of cool stories that she's told me about. And my dad was here visiting. I didn't get to film any videos with him, but I have talked to him about certain topics. I had a subscriber ask me about what would happen if you go into jail or prison while on a benzodiazepine, like what the protocol is and stuff like that. So I will have that video coming soon. I also talked to him about some just interesting stories about his time, because he worked in Florida State Prison and in Pennsylvania and I think in Virginia or West Virginia, but in Florida he worked with the death row inmates, which is kind of interesting. And as a nurse, you're treated pretty crappy. Like, you're honestly, like, the COs treat you very much like a prisoner at times. Like, they subject you to things that, like my dad had to, I remember the one time he was telling me that they had to do a pepper spray in a raid, and they did it, like, while he was going, like, it's not like they didn't care to take him or protect him or anything.
Care.
And, like, my dad's not the kind of guy that could, like, get up in a prison fight and be okay.
Yeah.
Like, he's had a bad back for a very long time, and it's just like, damn, like, I don't know, medical staff at prisons are treated so shitty, and it's very few and far between that you get a good one.
There's not enough nurses to go around in the outside world, so
True.
There's definitely not enough to go around in prison. Like, I got my teeth pulled out I got like a couple teeth pulled out in prison. Like, it's not a place you want to have a medical emergency.
Oh yeah, no, so when a medical emergency type thing, I was struggling because of working at that factory and my back, so I have the broken hip and pelvic bone, and like it was really starting to flare up because I was gaining weight like at an exponential speed.
Everybody does.
And I asked if I could go to a bottom bunk because it was really starting to hurt me to have to like climb up on this bunk after like second shift, third shift, or whatever.
Jump down.
And so they said that they took me back to medical in my street clothes, and I had no idea that this was happening. This was like just like an impromptu thing. I had put a slip in, and this was a while, like a long ass time. Like, I forgot what it was about. So I'm in my street clothes, so like picture me like skinny jeans, like tight ass skinny jeans, like my skater Vans, and like a tight t-shirt in the back. And then I went from the female side of the jail to the male side.
Yeah,
because
medical's
the male
in like
side
the
has,
middle, like you have to walk past a lot of stuff.
Female
medical
side has its own medical, but the
really?
male side has like the x-ray table and all the important stuff.
Yeah.
So I had to walk over there, and I had to have a guard stand on each side of me. So I had 4 guards walk me in, and the guys were literally just like pounding on the glass, like boom, 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 like wow. And I was like, oh, what did you bring me in here for? They asked if they were trying to get like a shirt to put over me, like a big jumpsuit or something, and I'm like, I will take anything at this point.
Yeah,
like,
right. Please stop objectifying me.
Yeah, so they kept me in like this, like, I guess a little holding room all by myself, and then that was too much. They could still see me, and they were acting so insane that they took me into the CO's office or a nurse's office or something in there and shut the door.
Assistant office, maybe.
Yeah, so then they did the x-rays, and like it was, they agreed, and they said, we can give you a bottom bunk, but then you're gonna have to get off of work release. And I was like, say what? Like, that's kind of bullshit.
Expensive bottom bunk there.
Yeah, so I said, nope, I will continue to climb up onto my top bunk, but I will never forget the way that those men acted like animals. Like,
even when, so there's a spot when you're in pre-class, like the females will go to like the concrete yard that's like in the middle.
The fishbowl.
Yeah, the fishbowl, and like it's just when they interact, it's just pure like.
That's how I saw
disgusting.
Snides was there, and he was like writing me his inmate number or something. And
that's
I was
one thing. That's one thing when you see somebody you know and you try to get their attention, but it's a whole other thing to just like make someone feel
objectified.
Yeah. Not a fan.
But we are going to my mom's now for cake and ice cream. celebrate our birthday week.
Yay.
I'll try not to kiss you and get you sick. I'm sorry. I like keep going in the kiss, but no. Okay. All right. Oh, mwah.
Thanks.
Got a nice little lipstick mark. Cute. All right. I will see you guys in the next video. Stay strong. Stay up. Stay sober.
Stay alive.
Peace. Yeah.